Action shot. Hello, you guys.
There's nothing better than an action shot of that woman, I gotta tell you. Hoo-ha.
Yeah.
Welcome to another, Victoria.
Exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun.
Can you believe it? This is our third show this week.
And our third show for the month. And guess what? It's the 3rd of September 2021.
Oh my God, I have just lost my ever-loving mind. Just all those thirds.
Third show this week.
Third show this week.
Oh, yeah. But it's not the third show of September.
No, see that?
No, see, that's
no,
where we tricked you.
See, that's right. She's a tricker. You got to watch that woman. When I watch her all the time, I say, woman.
And people are, how is that possible? Because the first show this week was on the 31st of August. Okay.
Well, it was our 31st of August. Could have been their first.
No, it's always their 31st. It's just when the Monday happens.
Yo, Stella
Hello,
Jim. Yo,
you guys.
Brian. Look at all these Triple D and MM people. Yo.
Hello. So, your manifesting questions answered live. So
That's
go
right.
to freeneville.com.
221 pseudo.
Random goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him checking himself out.
Yo.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com. I had to think about that one.
That's right. By the way, there are like a few seats left for Triple D. It starts like on the 19th.
It's about 4 or something.
Right? So if
Yeah.
you want in, like seriously,
Yeah.
don't fucking dick around. And for you guys that have done it and want to do something else, we've got the year-long remarkable thing you do, right? I just put up a web page on that. It's at freeneville.com.
He's been busy.
But if you want some scoop, email me and I'll send you some scoop.
Some scoop.
Right? Scoop. Go, yo. Scoop.
Oh, go. Hello. Haven't seen you in a while on the show. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
All right. Could you
So-
imagine 12 months? Right?
You.
One call a month with me. So, see, we always like try to keep things simple. It's like, look, man, it's like 12 months. It's like a year-long commitment, right? So, which involves like 2 hours a month on a call and get a Facebook group and all that other good stuff. But Dockery, my email didn't go through. Cool. PM me. We'll get you, right?
We'll get you.
But here's what I like. People go, oh my God, a whole year. What am I going to do for a year? What's going to happen to the loogie? Fuck the loogie. There's a reason why I'm doing this right fucking now, right? Like in all seriousness, because I am just tired of people going, I can't make up my mind what's for dinner because I don't know what we're going to be doing with Master Jabs next year.
I just find it fascinating how we met. So we meet on our dog walk this morning. This lovely old guy. He's just
he's gorgeous.
He's
I
a
love
school
him.
crossing guard. They
call him supervisors here.
Pockets full, and I mean lots of pockets of dog treats.
This guy don't make
He's
no
just
money.
lovely.
Right? Like he spends it all on the dogs.
all on dog treats, and he just welcomes each dog. He takes photos of them. He puts them up on
Facebook.
at the Facebook group, and it's just lovely. And we're chatting to him. He's feeding our dogs, and a woman storms through, and it's just like, I can't remember what we said to her.
Oh, I said, by usual, good morning.
And she was like, what? We're all... Anyway, I was just like, whoa! And she just went storming through.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I can't believe it. The two different attitudes.
Yeah.
You know,
One's an old fella that could die at any moment, right?
Yeah,
The other one's a
and
young
it's
girl that will probably live for at least 80 years. And it's like, right, the positive guy is the positive one's the old fella who's an angel, who will probably live for ages. And the other one, I just say to Victoria, radio.
Yeah, he said, I wonder what her dating and her
Yeah, I wonder what her dating
retirement fund's like.
Yeah, your dating profile.
With that attitude.
It's like, oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
She's Little Miss Weekend.
Oh, God. She was so angry.
Gotta love the angry ones.
How about we start the show?
Let's do it.
All right. So the first question we've got is from Dominic on Facebook.
Yo.
How did Neville die?
Oh my God. Somebody hashtag Buick or Toyota. Go ahead.
Please listen. Please listen. How did Neville die? I thought it was a heart attack, but somebody wrote me that he died because of alcohol. I don't want to believe that. So I said to him that I'm going to ask the man. Ask the man, which knows Neville's history best. Good on you, Dominic.
All right, Dominic. Ready?
Yes.
This is going to be so cool. Ready?
Yes.
Who cares? Here's the good
So
thing, right?
was it a car accident when you said Buick or Dodge?
Buick or Toyota. Yeah,
Toyota.
well, I can't put Buick against Dodge because they're both American products, right? But if you got ran over by a little Jap car, a little rice grinder or
Then we've
something,
got
right? Then it could be like more stuff, right?
competition. Yes.
People get screwed up over the most fascinating things. Here's the thing. I pray to God that Neville died from something dealing with alcohol. Right?
You pray to God.
Oh my God, I do. I go, dear Jesus, please
Let
go
him
back.
die, liver sclerosis or something.
Sclerosis, right? Yeah, sclerosis. But here's the cool thing, right? So Joe says when it was his time, he died, right? Here's the thing, guys. Ready? Neville died of some cerebral vascular incident, right?
Cerebral, that's brain.
Yeah,
Vascular is blood.
Yeah, exactly. Some people say it was a stroke,
So it was-
some say an aneurysm. Frank Carter, who I find to be the nuttiest fruitcake of all, Frank says, and Neville chose to die when his wife wouldn't be around, so she wouldn't find him. It's like, right, have you read Neville? Because Neville said, we don't pick the time that we die. Right?
I thought there was something about that. Was there nothing about that?
No.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't pick when you die. You just fucking die, right?
Yeah, but I thought something about the wife not having to.
Oh no, she wasn't there, but Frank says Neville was
being
good. Neville and Devil, they're the same except for one letter, and that one letter translates into. And I just go, Jesus Christ, what the fuck, people, right? And it's like, in all seriousness, it's like, so Neville died, right? He had some sort of cerebral vascular incident, right?
Condition.
Now, did that come from drinking too much? Because he did enjoy his alcohol, right? So it's just, here's the cool thing, ready? I had a near-death experience when I was 23.
Did you die?
Yes.
Well,
of
apparently
course.
you did.
Right.
But he came back.
But they call it near-death, which fascinates me. And I don't talk about
He
it
met
much.
the man.
Because as soon as I say this, right, I will start getting emails from people saying, tell me about your near-death experience. And I'll say, how are you using the tools? Right? What are you giving life to every day? And I'll say, yeah, we'll get around to that. I want to know about, did you see the tunnel? Yeah, I saw the fucking tunnel. Went through the tunnel, right? What was on the other side? Light and people. Yay, 20, how'd it go? Right?
The man that said, what did he say to you? You're my homeboy.
Yeah, my homeboy, right? All this good shit,
Back you
right?
go.
Yeah, but here's the fun thing, right? It doesn't fucking matter, right? I'm into how did Neville live life, right? Yeah. How did Neville die? Who cares? What happened whenever I died and came back? All I can tell you is I imagined something, and here I is.
Here you is.
Here I is, right?
Yeah.
So, great question. Here's the cool thing. Doesn't matter. I'm curious why it matters to you whether or not he drank himself to death or like whatever, right? Because like in the end of it, the protoplasm expires, right? We all have a use by date. I just love that. At some point, my use by date will come and go, and if I'm still use buying it,
Use buying it.
right?
Yeah.
So, but more on that later. So yeah, forget. It doesn't matter how Neville died. It mattered how he lived, and what matters is are you living the same way if you want to. I mean, some people want to deny the truth about themselves that set them free. They'll do anything. They'll do affirmations. They'll do ask-formations. They'll do ask-slurmations.
Ask-formations.
Oh, yeah, that's when you ask questions like,
gotcha.
why is it that money just loves to follow me around and stalk me all the time? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And you think feeling it real is hard? Yeah. Why does a black BMW follow me down the driveway and say, buy me, buy me? I don't get it.
Okay.
But that's not related to the question. That's just other batshit.
Yeah. Like a lot of what 20 says on this.
Joe says, a matter of record would be interesting to know how he died. And Neville apparently had some sort of aneurysm, right? I guess they found his head.
Cerebral vascular condition.
Yeah, they found them in a puddle of blood that came out of his head. So it's like, so it's either like a dead Kennedy kind of thing or...
he kept feeling it going up in the skull. It finally got him.
Yeah, sooner or later, love is going to get you.
Yeah.
Hashtag it. So... I wonder how many people will turn off from this one.
Yeah.
So, but let's get to the other questions.
Okay,
Boom.
so that was for Dominic. Thank you very much for your question because Joe found it interesting.
Yeah, it's important that Joe finds things interesting to me, right?
Okay. No, I did too, Dominic, just so you know.
Well, Darkray was listening to the Dead Kennedys this morning. It's got to be a sign.
The dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
That's a band.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't listening to... Yeah, it's JFK versus the RFK debates.
All right. So, hello, Egho. Right. So, actually, the next question is from Egho in Dream Driven Day.
Hoo-ha.
About to start. Super excited. Curious? Question mark.
I gotta say, so it would probably be the best Democratic National Convention ever if it was like JFK versus RFK. Imagine all the...
What? I don't know. Okay.
All right. I used to be into politics, many bloodsuckers, but that was many years ago.
Yes. What was that? I Heal Dead People.
I
That was
Hear Dead
ace.
People. That was a good movie.
That was
That was-
ace.
that was
That
good.
movie.
I remember the
Yeah.
first time I saw it, Susie Q didn't get it. It's like, oh, we got to see this one again. This will be great.
Yeah.
You're paying and we're getting the big popcorn.
So, Tony, you still in Italy?
I think Tony's home now.
Home now.
I don't know. Could be. I honestly
In
don't
isolation? Or you don't do that in
know.
America?
Oh, Tony doesn't do that.
Oh, Tony does. Everyone else does, but not Tony.
Tony's the man.
Or Prince Harry. All right.
Susie Q.
Right. Okay, sorry. So let's go on.
All right.
The next question's from Egho in Dream Driven Day. Curious. Egho asks, Oui Monsieur, s'il vous plaît? S'il vous plaît?
Damn, she's good. You should have heard me get it. Just trying to work my way through that this morning. I found it. I sounded like I had sclerosis.
So how we can be more, wait for it, curious. Oh, you're going to find it. You're going to love
Triple D.
DDD.
Boom.
Thank you, 20. Please, I'm off work today. What time is it on? Well, we're on right now, and you're here.
How cool is that?
Yes.
So, here's the thing, right? So I could be very confident that I am an excellent lover. We'll see how that fucking flies, right? On the other hand, I could be curious about her. Boom. Yeah, I could be confident that I am an excellent teacher. Right? We all had them in high school. Some of us paid to go to college. That was silly, wasn't it? We're gonna go to university and listen to more boring people. Academians is what we call them. Right? So, all right, y'all. So I am an expert. All right, you sure are. You don't have any street cred, I can tell. Right? So, but on the other hand, curious. When you're infinitely curious, God damn it! Like, you know, like the teachers that are infinitely curious about their subjects, you know, their people and what they're teaching. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just one of those things. What is Loving Husband, you know, infinitely curious about? You know, like we just finished birthday month. Like we have had like 200 plus days of isolation in Melbourne, right? We have to stay home. We're allowed out for 4 reasons, right? We can go 5Ks and all that crazy shit. And it's like, I got to do birthday month where like everything is closed. How fascinating is this? How'd I do?
You did amazing, actually.
Because we do a gift every day for the birthday month.
We
right?
do.
And so,
It's
like,
amazing what Woolworths sells.
it's amazing what you can buy at the
Safeway.
grocery store, right?
Yeah.
But really, how cool is that? Because I had to become, I wasn't confident about like how I would perform during birthday month, right?
Perform.
Right? But I was infinitely curious about the adventures we'll have. And we had some goodies.
We did.
Yeah, I like
You
the
did
pancake
some-
parlor
I
one.
know,
That
I
was
love
great.
that one.
So,
Yeah.
boom.
Yes, that's right. Cool.
So,
Excellent. So,
by the way, Dr. Brian is an academic friend, not an academian, right? It's no fun being academian. See, but Dr. Brian is an academic.
oh, all right.
Yeah, he's a real linguist.
Oh, all right. That's
Yeah.
better than an academic. An academic.
Yes, yeah, he's having fun. You've heard him
It's
laugh.
like pandemian versus
Pandemic,
pandemonium versus
pandemic,
pandemic.
and pemmican.
Oh,
That's
good
right.
one, Egho.
To make it
Thank
out of
you.
something. All right.
And Carolyn de Riviera, I'm glad you're back and you're feeling much better. That's great.
Boom.
And just one question before we leave, Egho. So, oui, monsieur, s'il vous plaît?
Oui, monsieur.
Do you know what that means?
S'il vous plaît. One moment, monsieur, please. Is that my dog?
No, but that one is.
All
It
right.
says, yes, sir, if you please.
Yes.
I think that's what it means.
All right.
Hopefully everyone's happy now.
I'm just
Okay.
listening to my
So
dog.
that was for Egho in Dream Driven D. Thank you very much for your question.
That's right.
The next question's from Rachel in Manifesting Mastery.
Good morning, Rachel.
Merging scenes and wishes. Rachel asks, my imaginal sessions have sweetly condensed into one or two lovely scenes in the same place that imply all my wishes fulfilled. It feels real, it feels nice. But as I think of it, my states are merging into one loveliness, free, loving and loved partner, loving mum, wealthy. Am I better to keep each desire and session kind of separated, or is merging okay?
I'm not a fan of merging things together. Neville basically, like if you read his examples, he imagined up tickets for his brothers, but he didn't add in a pizza or a trip to the Bahamas or anything like that. He imagined tickets home from that godforsaken little Barbados place.
Barbados.
And
You could call it
Barados
or something.
And he didn't include like being a best-selling author or anything like that. Yeah. I am a massive fan of just nailing individual wishes. And here's the I got to read Brian's thing. I'm not actually a linguist, but close enough. And I'll gladly poke fun at academians. Hey,
but it's close.
Yeah, macadamians. So, see, Brian is a macadamian.
A macadamia?
Yeah, macadamia.
A macadamia nut.
He's a macadamian, right? I bet he does have a Mac, too. Do you got a Mac? So this is going to be one of those shows where in the comments I get on the YouTubes, someone's going to be saying...
You're whacked, man. I know.
All right, so what was... Okay. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing, right? So, here's how I tend to work, right? Before I get out of bed, I now, 5 to 12, 6 to 10, half a dozen to a dozen of my Joseph Goddards, right? So before I get out of bed today, I imagined having a crushing it fucking show, which, what do I imagine? How I feel after the show, the comments, hearing, getting emails from you guys, that kind of thing. Same thing with the podcast, same thing with, like, other things I got going on. So I nail my 5 to 10, 6 to 12, half a dozen to a dozen, right?
6 to 12.
Yes.
A dozen to a dozen.
Right. So I keep them all kind of separate. But there's also those things with my identities. My identities are loving husband, loving teacher, loving puppy dad. Now, here's the cool thing. If we put them all into one big lump, I am wealthy, hot, sexy, loved, well-fed, so on and so forth. And the moment I'm hungry, does that mean I don't have money or I'm not loved or whatever? I just sort of noticed letting them all be what they are, separate parts of your life that are all part of your life, just lets it be simple. So I'd really get in the habit of, like Neville says, the moment you feel a desire, that's when you move into that desire's assumption. So, boom. So as soon as I experience, like we were yakking about lunch, and I for some reason I felt up this whole thing of like some sort of roasty thing. And I asked her, what kind of roasty things do we have? And she got this massive pork thing out of the thing. And we put it in from the cold thing into the warm thing. And so now it's getting heated for about 4, 5, 6 hours. And it's going to be super yum. But it was just that while I'm experiencing her yum, I don't give a shit about money. Or even the puppies. Or even teaching. I'm just feeling that yum. And I just nail it. And this will show up in a little bit later because I'm going to mention, get in the habit of one wish per scene, one scene per wish. Just, do a splat. But more on that shortly.
Okay.
All right.
I noticed Egho asked, why do you choose the scenes you do, 20? But Brian's got a good, separate parts of your life, so it's different things that are maybe going to happen that day, that are happening that day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why I have daily wins, and some people argue for years about I put it all into one lump thing, and it's going to take years for it to happen, and I'm still waiting. It's like, you know what, here's the thing. Some people say, well, with your Joseph Goddard, you do little things like an excellent podcast and like a wonderful show and Victoria's Yum. Those are all little things. So you don't fucking know Victoria, right? Or my crowd, right? But in all seriousness, what it really comes down to is, big wins, small wins. I don't care about the size. I'm bigger than all of them. There are different sizes of wins. Anyone who says $5 is the same as 5 million, right, I think you're a moron, right? This is why you only have 5. Because you talk to someone who's got 5 million, and you ask them, is $5 the same as 5 million? They're not going to say yes, right? This is a bicycle the same as a BMW? No, they're different, right? One is a little heavier than the other. One will smash the shit out of the other one, right? My buddy's here, right?
Which one?
We were talking about bicycles on trails and
Oh,
scooters and
yeah.
shit, right? So here's the fun thing, right? You're bigger than all your dreams, all your dreads, all your desires, all your fears, all your dreams, your aspirations. Boom. Tyra says, I really don't enjoy scenes. Here's the cool thing. Everyone is always doing scenes. How you experience what you experience is a scene. How do you experience the mailman coming? If you feel terror, right, that's a scene. If you experience the mailman coming, whether you see him, whether you think, oh, it's about time for him, and you go, ooh, I wonder what goodies he's bringing, that's a different scene. We're always experiencing scenes. Everyone's always experiencing scenes. What most people try to do is make scenes always into movies, and that isn't how it really works.
Actually, that goes to a point that Joe also had a question ages ago.
Oh my God, who
But-
cares?
Well, and that's very. It was sort of almost answered then with with the mailman coming, because he said, "What's the difference between being curious and being indifferent?" And that's a fantastic example, like with the postman company. If you're indifferent, it's just like, yeah, that's a bit like you, Joe. Yeah, postman. But being curious, oh, I wonder what he's bringing today. It totally, there's that anticipation, that dopamine, really, in curiosity.
So about a year and a half ago, this guy he's riding his bicycle, and he goes for Emmett, right? Because this guy his big thing was he'd come at you and ringy dingy, and pedal faster. And it's like when you're walking with 2 old guys and 4 puppies, it's hard to get off the fucking trail, right? So this guy's pedaling toward us, going faster and faster, going ringy dingy, and I just spread my legs and my arms and stood in front of him. Right, and he swerves around me, right, and he locks up his bicycle because finally somebody had enough of his shit. Now here's the difference between indifference and curiosity. I'm indifferent to that asshole because I know he can't hurt me. Right, I can look at him and tell, you can't punch, boy. Right, I'm indifferent to your threat. I'm infinitely curious about which part of your body will fucking snap first.
Oh.
Anyway, Glenn, that's for you.
But I know every time we get the Fast and Furious ring-a-dingy behind us, and every now and again, that was when 20 didn't use a cane, but Cube always did, and he'd stick it out, hoping to get it in between the bike.
If you're going to walk dogs,
spokes.
always use a stick, right? It's very handy for a lot of reasons. But more on that later.
Cool, excellent. So we've done lots of asides, but that question was from Rachel in Manifesting Mastery. Thanks so much for your question.
And we're going to redress that later as well.
Redress it?
Yes, redress it.
Okay.
Right.
The next question's from Amanda in Manifesting
I
Mastery.
thought it was really funny, the whole thing about being indifferent to
being curious.
The threat of the bicyclist and being curious about which part of his body would snap first.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Attitude.
It feels a little bit like that series we're watching at the moment that I haven't quite got into yet, Mr. In Between, because it's all been very sort of violent.
Does it get better? We watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, I'm not so much into that sort of violence.
Yeah, I'm hoping it gets beyond the violence, but yes. But he is funny.
He is a funny sort of,
He saved a ladybug.
He did in the shower.
Yeah, that means he's
after
doing
smashing everyone else's lights out.
Yeah, he smashes other people's lights and saves ladybugs.
Okay, sorry.
Right.
So we'll get back to the show. So the next question's from Amanda in Manifesting Mastery. How many different scenes? Question mark.
Great question.
So Amanda asks. So this is very similar to Rachel's, but different angle.
Yes.
Rachel asks, how many scenes do you suggest for each wish? I have run a scene a few times and then felt bored with it, so I've created others. Am I better trying to stay with one scene until my wish manifests?
Cool. So whenever I imagine being a citizen of Australia, I was already taxpayer because, like, if you're here for any length of time, they want you to pay taxes, right? So I was already taxpayer, not a citizen yet. So I imagine voting, because in Australia, only citizens can vote, unlike the United States of America. And
Or anyone can.
pretty much, yeah.
Right.
And if you're dead, you can vote twice, right? And citizens must vote because if we don't show up, they fine us, right? So it's like, well, let me
Yeah,
get this right,
$200.
right?
Yep.
So you must vote if you're a citizen here, right? So it's like, all right, I'm going to imagine voting, right? Now here's the thing. Imagining what implies my wish has been fulfilled, it didn't keep me up at night because I'm not a fan of voting. Right? I don't care about politics, many bloodsuckers,
Oh,
right?
he doesn't.
Yeah, I wanted to vote for the sex party because we have like 21 parties in Australia,
Yeah.
and the sex party sounds like fun to me. So it's like, oh my god, I could vote for this. I could vote for the sex, right?
Pirate party.
And I went, and they changed the name of the sex party to something else, so I couldn't figure out what it was. But I found the pirate party, right? And they're all for like smoking weed, hunting, and fishing. And it's like, well, I never got into weed, but anybody that wants to sit around and smoke and stare at the water, you know, that works for me, right? So I imagine voting, right? Now here's the thing. So I imagine voting. I nailed it. Then I got done with. Then I was done with that wish. That was, and then like 6 months or a year would go by, and I'd imagine up about 3,000 other things: podcasts, puppies, yeah, yums, and all that stuff. And then all of a sudden, like for whatever reason, news would contaminate my state. It's like Australia's not going to let anybody in at all forever. You know, you're like, fuck, man. So then it's like, all right, so I'll imagine voting again. Okay, that thrills me. Right? And so here's the thing. So probably over the course of like 3-4 years, I imagine voting 3 or 4 times. And I got busy with other wishes, imagining up other good things, so
So
on and
three
so
or four
forth.
times you imagine voting
Yeah,
over 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
exactly. Yeah, I didn't have to force it every night. Once I nailed
So
it,
it wasn't
I was
like
done.
November 3rd every year you did it. It would just,
Yeah, it
when
was
you
just done.
felt
Yeah,
it.
whenever I needed to do it, I did it. If it popped
Yeah.
up, did it, right? Now here's the cool thing. I became a citizen, and we didn't vote for a year and a half here. Right, for whatever reason, they said, we're not going to vote for a while. And I said, that's great. I don't want to anyway.
Yeah.
So that's the big thing that I got for you. So once you nail something, it's like, okay, I'm done with that. Put another bun in the oven. Joe says, in the sexy pirate party. Now that would be, now if they had the cool outfit party, I would be like,
Cool outfit.
yeah, I'd
You'd win. You'd win.
I'd be the president, right? El Presidente.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that was good.
Okay.
Yeah, so once you're done, once you nail a wish, you don't got to wish it anymore unless you doubt it or dig it up. So, all right.
Cool. Excellent.
Amanda, thank you. Boom.
Oh, is she here?
Yes,
Amanda?
I believe I saw Amanda here.
Oh, I just saw Kate right. But okay, excellent. So that was for Amanda.
Boom.
Thank you very much for your question.
El Presidente.
Okay, the next question's for, I don't know if it's the same one, but Olive A in Manifesting Mastery.
That's him. That's him.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a loser with money. And Olive A asks, how do I untie things from money? Like, I got people asking me out on places I want to go, dates and parties, but I feel like I shouldn't because I haven't figured out how to make money. I kind of feel like a loser in that department, and that brings me down. Once I have money, I can have fun. I still go and have fun sometimes, but that's my internal reaction.
You know, there's all kinds of ways to make money. Like back in the old days, people would say, "What do you do?" And I'd say, "I'm online." Like in back around the year 2000, 2002, you had eBay and porn, right? So it's like, well,
Which one are
yeah,
you?
exactly. It's like, hey, what do you sell? Trinkets or give people the old sneak peek, right? Swear to God, it was the early days of the internet, right? What's really cool now, you know, like I think you found a great area that you can imagine, right? You could be the guy that, you know, you could imagine.
Porn? No.
Yeah. I mean, you could imagine up all kind of like mischief that you get into because money isn't an issue, right? Money's always the issue. I swear to God, all the time people send me things and it appears that money's the issue.
And money,
And
it
money's
appears
never
to
the issue.
them that money's the answer, but of course it never is. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I was poor, I always noticed rich people would always say, money's not the problem. I would say, well, it's easy for you to fucking say that because you have it all, right? but once you start making some decent money, you realize money's not the answer. It's also not the problem. It is fun, like I always mention, right? I always say I like to make it, I like to spend it. I like to invest it. We got the tax return from the accountant. We have to give them some, and then we give some to the government, right? Government. Right? It's like, oh, okay, right? It's called fun versus like not having none, or like only enjoying making it but not enjoying spending it. I mean, could you imagine only enjoying breathing out? I mean, like that would suck. I mean, like breathing in would be terrifying, or was it the other way around? It'd be like, yeah, just rough. So, from the for what it's worth department, notice where you believe money is the choke point, and imagine just going out and having fun with your friends. Imagine coming home and saying, "Leave me the fuck alone for a couple weeks." Right?
Yeah, right.
All we do is party all the time, right? Just
Party all the time.
yeah, leave me alone, right? So imagine what implies that you've had enough of going out, right, or whatever.
Yeah, right.
And as far as the money thing goes, here's the cool thing: a lot of people they just imagine up all kinds of weird shit around money. Money's easy. Money's fun. There's so many ways to make money, and here's one big thing. Like 20 years ago, the internet was just starting out. What I can definitely tell you now, fuck man, with the internet in place, there are endless ways to make money and make a difference in the world. And obviously I'm a fan of both those. So, and you can even do it in Australia. Like seriously, up until like 3 years ago, our internet bloated.
Yeah,
it really did.
Good. It was
right?
10 cans on string.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
two tin cans on a string, right? but it's like, and now like with our excellent internet, we're talking like 1972 technology, Pennsylvania, right? Like, like it's funny because they make a big deal about it. We call it the NBN. I call it right. Are you fucking kidding me? Right? Like my mom spends $30 a month and has better internet than we do, right? But at the same time, it's pretty good compared to what it used to be, and it works for us. So, yeah, imagine money is fun. So you got a couple wishes there. One to party all the time or whatever. The other bits being discover how money fits in as a subset of life, not a choke point.
Yeah, nice.
So maybe we'll do a couple.
Sounds a bit dream-driven day, that.
Yeah, dreamdrivenday.com.
Yeah.
Boom.
We're frozen. Sorry, Glenn.
Yep.
Okay, so that was from Oliver. Thank you very much for your question, Oliver. And the last question today is from Megan on Facebook. How can I manifest my ex back? And Megan asks, how do I manifest my special person ex back when they are in a third-party relationship?
Yep. I wouldn't bother.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like always letting it be about you. If Olive decides, right, so I'm one of those people that I just keep doubling my income, working half the time, finding ways to have a little downside, huge upside with money. Like in the remarkable ad copy, one of the things that I mentioned was I don't do anything, quote unquote, unless it has a known small downside and an unlimited upside. Right? I'll spend $10,000, $1,000, $100. I'll take a day and write an ebook, whatever it is. But if I take a day and write an ebook, that's 7 hours. If I sell one of them, I made $7 an hour. If I sell 10 of them, that's $10 an hour. Get up to 7,000 sold. Right? That's $49,000. That's not bad money. Okay. And when you start thinking through things, and you just get to think differently about things. So when it comes to like manifesting the ex back, to me it's the same thing. It's like, what do you really want? Your wish is really about you. Yeah, I pass up all kinds of quote unquote opportunities because people want me to trade time for money, and I don't want to trade time for money. Right? I want to trade a little bit of time for unlimited upside. Yeah, it's just awesome. So here's my question: how do you imagine being like a happy, loving wife? Not to them, but just about you.
Yep.
Right? As soon as you do that, see, here's what happens. If I make it about Victoria, if I go, I'm imagining Victoria being mine, right? So suddenly I have to make her mine, right? And then it's like, right, so I'm imagining making her mine and making her do what I want her to do, when I want her to do it, right? So it's that whole thing of like I want to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, right? So it sort of gets all flipped and goes, right, I want to do what I want with her, when I went with her, always with her, right? In all seriousness,
And she doesn't want it with anyone else.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It just gets really wacky because as soon as you make it about them, then you have to make it about what them is doing and where them is and it just gets all possessive and whack. But on the other hand, happy loving husband, that's a gift to her. Because what does happy loving husband want? Besides a little bow chicka wow wow, happy loving husband wants her happy. So what do I naturally do? I naturally look at her and imagine her happy in the garden. I naturally look at her and imagine her happy petting a puppy, right? It's so easy when I let it be about me. I want her happy. She's in my life. So that's where I'd play with that. And notice again how that echoes through all the other bits, Citizen, only got to nail it 4 times in 4 years roughly because how often do I want to vote? Probably about 4 times in 4 years, right?
Well, not even.
Not even that, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as I make it not about like the paperwork or anything like that, or just like, right, I just imagine being a citizen. I imagine what implies that voting. All right. I can be disgusted about that. I think next time I'm going to wear a patch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For the pirate party?
Yeah. I'll go in. Who do you think I'd be voting for?
Oh, you mean, I thought you meant on the show, but I see you
No.
mean when
When
you
we
go to vote.
Yeah.
Does it even exist anymore?
The pirate party?
Yeah.
I hope so, because they keep getting rid of the good ones. Got rid of the sex party.
Yeah.
Yay, hat day. All right.
Excellent. So that was for, I think it was Megan. Thank you very much for your question.
Yep, don't
Megan.
try to get him back. Make it about you.
Meanwhile, what we want to know is tell us what was your
Wow.
hashtag strawberry bit.
Wow.
What was your hashtag strawberry bit? 20?
Oh my God. I'd say how they weave together because they always do. I'd say some of the side rants because the side rants were fun.
Pretty silly.
Yeah. Which really does bring it to the whole thing. You want to know where people are stuck? They're always stuck where they're serious. Always. Think about this, right? Here's a problem that I run into. Right, what do I do with 7 hours? I could do 7 coaching calls, right? So I could do 7 coaching calls, multiply that up by my hourly rate, which is pretty fucking high. All right, it's at the end of the day, so 7 coaching calls. Okay, that could pay for some nice tires on the car, so on and so forth, and then it's done.
Yeah, that's it.
On the other hand, 7 hours designing a course, okay? Oh baby, 7 hours writing an ebook. Right, that keeps selling year after year after year after year after year after year after year. You get why? If someone said to me, "Hey, would you come talk to my employees for 7 hours? I'll give you $500." I'd fucking laugh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you couldn't get me to go to the dog park an extra time a day for. No, I'd go to the dog park. I like my puppies. Okay, Victoria. Here's my little side rant.
Yeah, actually, Tony, that was really funny. That was one of your asides about how you used to be an online marketer, and back 25 years ago, there was only either porn or eBay.
It was
or
true.
One of you.
It was true. Like seriously, honest to God.
Yeah.
I'd tell people I make money online, and they'd be like,
checking you out.
Yeah. Then I'd look at my wife. You got pictures?
Okay, yeah.
Seriously, man.
Anyway, that was
It was 20 years ago. Was there anything else online back then? Right?
Well, oh no, not even Superman. No, what was his name? It doesn't matter. Okay. So, while you type in your hashtag strawberry bits, go to freeneville.com.
221 Udo. Yep.
Okay. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycost.com.
That's right. By the way, we'll do the side little commercial, Triple D. Okay.
Yeah.
Very few spots left. Starts up in a couple weeks. If you haven't done it and you really want to amp up your game, or if you have done it and you want to dive in again, dreamdrivenday.com. For those of you that want to do the year long, okay, drop me a little note.
Reach out.
Glenn has a 2007 computer.
Oh,
Wow.
that's why it froze for you, Glenn.
Wow. I once had a DEC Rainbow. I actually had 2 of them. If you Google that, DEC Rainbow, DEC Rainbow. Oh, it had a serial printer cable.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
They
no,
were
no, no,
pretty
no.
reliable, those printers, though.
No, but you're still thinking IBM, right? They
All
would have had
right.
parallel printers, right?
All right.
You know, this was
Goes backwards. Okay.
Dockery doesn't even remember 2007. Yeah, Madonna.
2007. That was
All
a
right.
crap year for me, actually. Anyway.
All right.
Did we do join?
Uh,
Yeah, I think we did, and then
yeah.
you launched in
Yeah.
DDD and the
Yeah.
Remarkables. So then, for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Hoo-ha.
Oh, you hope we're just finishing.
Oh, Kadra. Glenn is in Triple D. Yes,
Oh,
you
cool.
are.
Excellent.
With your 2007
computer. Good luck.
That's cool. Do I have a decade? Yeah, you know what? At some point, I will have the NADS to put up a decade-long program.
Oh, wow.
Like, seriously, that would be so much fun.
A
Right?
decade long. Actually, that reminds me of that show we watched. That was fascinating. Was it called 7 Up? And then
Yeah.
14 Up and 20. And they followed this group of, like, kids at 7. Then what they were doing when they're 14, 21, 21. It was really cool.
And you could watch the whack jobs like get progressively more whack.
wackier.
Oh my god, it was great.
Yeah.
I was looking at him at 7 and I'm going, Victoria, look at that one. Look at the way his eyes move. That one is so fucked.
Yeah.
Right? Sure enough.
And a few pulled out, said, not doing this. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
All right.
So that was our show. That was our week. So have a great day, night, weekend.
That's right.
And we'll catch you next
Oh,
week.
Kindle Fire. I've got to say, I love the Kindle Fire. Yeah. Yeah, he's a Kindle Fire too. Yeah, Dave and I,
wow.
when I talked to Dave the other day, Dave was using it. Yeah, the Kindle Fire is probably the coolest little notebook that's underrated.
Yeah, you do like it because you love being able to just highlight sections and like,
Oh, yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely. And it does a
Yeah.
lot of things, the little Kindle Fire. It sings Johnny Cash.
no, it doesn't.